Everyone, it's LS, and this is the patch 13.11 preview. This is not the official rundown, and we don't actually know what is going to go live. And at the time of recording this, some of the changes have already been adjusted. Notably, apparently, Aurelion Sol has actually already been changed a little bit, and so I don't totally know exactly what is going on with him. They actually nerfed him a little bit harder, and I'm actually pulling that up right now in regards to Aurelion Sol. And we're just going to look at some of the things that are happening to him. This is apparently the Aurelion Sol stuff. So I'll just have this on the screen as we get into this. So, okay. Akali, so Q damage 32, 132, 40 to 140. So again, the champion buffs like this only impacts Akali if it affects her wave clear. If it affects her wave clear and it allows her to save time, then that is a really big deal. That is the only instance in which something like this is like super valuable. Now, some of her trade patterns in lane where she gets double Qs off and then she backs off, yes, now you're talking about like 20 extra damage inside of her combos. That is also a pretty big deal because it is a base damage trade. So that is kind of sizable too. It's a nice buff. It's okay. It is okay. It's something to keep a mental note of. Azir, Q cooldown, 14 to 6 seconds to 12 to 6 seconds. WAP ratio 0.55 to 0.6. W summon range 500 to 525. These are, they're noticeable, but I wouldn't say that they're the end of the world. And again, they shifted a lot of Azir's power to his W. I haven't actually seen Azir in forever. I really just haven't seen him since they altered the way that his lane phase works and everything else. The summon range, realistically, casting the W at absolute max range is something that is just really elite level play. The WAP ratio, with the way that Azir itemizes in general anyway, this is a very, very, very slight buff to him in general. And the cooldown at max rank, he maxes Q second anyway, so this is like a super negligible mid-game buff. Super, super, super negligible. You're probably getting like half a second extra Q in like a mid-game dragon team fight. That's the way to look at it. So the Ivern changes. You guys know I am a massive Ivern connoisseur. Ended up like hitting what, like I think I like peaked at like top 2100 career or something earlier this year with Ivern, playing jungle Ivern earlier. And Ivern super big, and obviously lane Ivern is alive and well with these changes. In fact, lane Ivern's even stronger. Support Ivern is also a lot stronger now. So they listened to all of the feedback, and thank heavens did they listen. Q jump logic is adjusted. What I assume that this means is that now you have alternate ways to do the Ivern jump with right click and Q. W on hit damage applies to allies. This is so absolutely massive because now it also allows you to potentially go AP Ivern and just provide insane steroids to your teammates. Enemies in brushes are revealed. E refreshes if now the enemies in brushes being revealed is disgusting. That is very difficult for opponents to play around. E refreshes if no enemies hit. This is also like no one asked for this, and that's just straight up above. Ivern will be nerfed. I am just telling you, he will absolutely be nerfed. All of the Ivern mains, I will be spamming him on release. I don't know. I'll be playing him in every role. Or like not on release, but as soon as this patch goes live on 13.11, I will be playing him a ton in solo queue. I'll be playing him in mid top support, jungle. I'll just be playing him everywhere. His win rate is going to skyrocket just because of Ivern mains. And then rightfully so, he is just going to be nerfed. And then depending on how hard Riot comes down on him might be cause to panic or not. Now, one of the things that I will say about Ivern is I don't know actually how he's landed with some of the new items. Obviously, like Shurelya Ivern probably had a fine landing spot. Shurelya Ivern is the same as it was before the new items. Now, Moonstone Ivern is dead. Moonstone Ivern, really sad. Echoes, I imagine, is fine. I imagine Echoes I just imagine is just a really good item on Ivern in general, but I haven't actually played it personally. But obviously, Moonstone Ivern in laning phase was very, very oppressive because of the self-benefit to it. But obviously, that's no longer the case, so I don't know how Lane Ivern actually itemizes now. So because I don't know how Lane Ivern actually itemizes, I'm not sure what goes on there. I wonder if Lane Ivern, unironically, goes like Rod of Ages, and then just plays like a tank. Now, because W on-hit up damage applies to allies, I could see that being the case, because now building AP is not that bad of a deal. And now, because the E-Brush and the E-Refreshes if no enemies hit, Ivern can just be a bruiser, and he can actually play in fights a little bit more. Now, this doesn't say that the Daisy changes went through, so we'll end up seeing what happens. Okay. Kalista, Q plus E damage increase to compensate for base AD changes, okay? All right, health regen growth 3.75 plus 0.55 to 4 plus 0.75. This is fine. Base health 574 to 600, E cooldown 14 to 8 to 10 to 8. So the E cooldown is way more spammable early on. That is really, really gross. I mean, those are very, 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 very big Kalista buffs. I can't even understand, like, what is going on here. Wow. Okay, those are massive Kalista buffs. Okay, they're really trying to push Kalista. Rek'Sai, tremor rate, 1.5 seconds to 1 second, so obviously you have better tracking. Passive max heal, 20 to 190 to 15 to 125, plus 2% to 12% max HP, so this is just going to outright be a buff in the later stages of the game for sure. That's going to be a massive buff to Rek'Sai if Rek'Sai ends up building like Bruiserish. But obviously for like Glass Cannon, even for Glass Cannon Rek'Sai, it's still going to end up being a buff because Rek'Sai's max HP is still going to be like, you know, 2,000 plus. So it's still just going to be a buff. Like, yeah, I mean, it's just really good. Okay. Q cooldown 4 seconds to 4 seconds to 2 seconds. Q reveal duration 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Okay. Renekton 18 to 14 seconds to 16 to 12 seconds. R cooldown 120 to 120 to 80 seconds. R DPS 50 to 150 to 60 to 180. These Renekton buffs are really big as well. And Renekton's in a pretty okay spot right now. Full Lethality Renekton is still in a really good spot, and people just stopped playing Full Lethality Renekton. It doesn't make sense that people stopped playing him, and I don't understand why. Twisted Fate. So Twisted Fate got some indirect buffs in a lot of recent patches. Lost Chapter, Rapid Fire Cannon change. Now, there's also Static Shiv, so he actually gets another potential item, whereas, like, Twisted Fate didn't really... I mean... He has another potential item, emphasis on potential. I don't know if he'll actually build it, but now this is actually really big because of his spam ability in lane now with his W. Twisted Fate has just gotten a lot of love indirectly, mostly through itemization, you know, over a very long period of time. So this is actually very good. We already know, like, if you guys watch KT's games this past spring, Twisted Fate actually got picked quite a lot by BDD. Yeah, I mean, I think Twisted Fate actually is viable right now, and just not a lot of people are playing him. This is also really good for AD Twisted Fate, and Trinity Force actually did get buffed, and so did Rapid Fire Cannon. Both of those getting buffed, and also, you know, Rapid Fire Cannon getting physical damage, I think it's really, really, really good for even AD TF. Aurelion Soul. So again, these changes are apparently not here anymore, and it was changed to this. Base mana reduced from 520 to 470. Q mana cost per second increased from 45 to 65 to 50 to 74. E mana cost increased from 60 to 100 to 80 to 100. So they are making it so you just have no mana. You are dependent on getting to... All right, so Lost Chapter is cheaper, so you do get Lost Chapter earlier in laning phase. That is true. You do get Lost Chapter earlier in laning phase. But the problem is that all of your mana now costs a lot more. You run out of mana a lot quicker and all this other stuff. They're just making it so much harder. This champion is... I am just blown away. I really am. I completely agree. I really just don't... I do not... I can't fathom it. I just don't. I have no words. I really don't. I can't look at it and actually think it's... I don't know. I really can't look at it and understand it. I genuinely wish that I could, but I can't. I do think that those nerfs are better than what was listed here, though. I would rather him lose mana than continue to lose AP and stuff. Amumu, W base damage per second, 20 to 14. So again, Riot can't make up their mind on Amumu. Aphelios QAD per second, 5 to 30 to 4.5 to 2.7. Okay. So now Aphelios is just gonna end up, yeah, I mean, he'll just max something else first, which is totally fine. Jinx attack speed growth, 1.36 to 1. I mean, you know, you can't have the Star of Arcane getting nerfed too much. You know, you wouldn't want to remove her from the meta. So I do want to say that I think it's a complete joke that Aphelios and Jinx are even getting nerfed after the total item overhaul. They're only doing this because of their presence at MSI, and that follows Riot's philosophy on champion balance, on champion presence at a competitive patch. So that they have to do this. That's their logic. Okay. Red midscope update. That's a different video elsewhere on my highlights channel. Duskblade, damage amplification, 0 to 15% to 0 to 20%. Health threshold for maximum damage percent, 20 to 30%. Okay. Kraken Slayer, damage type magic to physical, 20 plus 60% total AD, plus 45% AP to 35 to 85%, plus 65% total AD. Plus 60% AP. Okay, that's very nice for Kraken Slayer. Moonstar Renewer, chain heal 20 to 35% to 20 to 40%, single heal 15 to 25 to 15 to 30. This item still sucks. Navary Quick Blades, attack damage 60 to 65, ability haste 20 to 15, mythic passive 5 ability haste to 5 attack damage. I would say that's actually a nerf. I would rather have the 5 ability haste than have the 5 AD, because the items that you build when you accompany Navary Quick Blades, you care more about, I think, the ability haste than you actually care about the attack damage. Yeah, I think that you care much more about the ability haste than you actually care about the attack damage in most cases. Okay, when you're a Quick Blade user. Static Shiv, energize attack damage 60 to 170 to 80 to 190. That is a very large buff. Minion damage 222% to 250. What is going on? Why are they just buffing Shiv so much? Ardent Sensor, okay. Bonus attack speed 15 to 30%, ally level to 20% flat, okay. Echoes of Helia, healing per shard 20 to 100, level 1 to 18 to 20 to 100, level 6 to 18. Damage per shard 30 to 200, level 1 to 18 to 30 to 180, levels, okay. On hit damage 30 to 115. Gale Force, okay. Ruon's Hurricane 30 to 15, that's a big nerf. Gale Force active damage 150 to 350, plus 250% crit. 150 to 350 plus 200% crit, that's fine. Maximum execute 160% to 150. Yuma's Ghostblade, bonus lethality 8 to 20 to 3 to 12. Haste 20 to 15. Distance per stacked 45 to 55. Okay. So Yumu's is getting hit. Is it still going to be first item? Yes, it will still be first item. It's not going to be the end of the world. Yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world. You are still going to be completely functioning. You are losing a little bit of haste. You're losing a little bit of lethality, but the item is still going to be built first. It's not going to be as disgusting on impact, but it's still going to be built first. So do not worry. Yumu's Ghostblade is still absolutely disgusting. Storm Razor, attack damage 55 to 50, and then energize damage 25 plus 65% total AD to 15 to 60% total AD. Okay, so a couple of questions right out the gate. One, this is more like 1310B than it is 1311. Because outside of Ivern, and you could argue like Callista, there's not really too much going on inside of this patch. This is all more like 1310B. This is all like really hotfixing or like adjusting everything that happened in 1310. This is not really like 1311. The other thing here is, where is Gragas, man? Where is he? What's going on? Why is he still here? Like, I can't even actually understand at this point, like, how he's just allowed to keep functioning in his current state. I don't even, and it's not even like he's on the radar. I don't even get it. I can't even fathom, like, what their logic is. But okay, this is bewildering. It's like he's just this. I don't even know, man. He's just the roaming. All right. He's the roaming Nutella bottle. I don't like. I All right, well, I mean, that's it. That is, okay. That is 1311. So what's really sad, though, is LCS resumes on May 1st, or June 1st, sorry. LCS resumes on June 1st, unless there's the LCS walkout, in which case it won't resume. LCK resumes June 7th. All of these are going to be on 1310, which means that we will not have proper balance changes until 13. Wait. Wait, we're not even gonna. Wait, no, we're not gonna have proper balance changes until. No. Oh no, we're doomed. Because normally the previews normally come out on Tuesdays, right? But take a look at this. We don't get our first game until the 1st and then the 7th, which means that we wouldn't get a preview. So the patch notes come out on the 31st, and then the patch notes, we have to wait 2 weeks to follow competitive, which means, oh my God, we don't get competitive balance changes until 13.14. We are screwed until July! Oh, we're doomed, man. We're doomed. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, I'm waging a war against itemization, runes, drafts, everything. This summer, the amount of co-streams and IRL streams at LOL Park, the amount of signs and the amount of IRL content and the amount of PowerPoints and other things and other types of content things that I'm doing. Look, we will not be defeated, okay, by Riot's inability to alter or do anything to the patch notes. This summer will not be a summer of no balance changes and pros and non-changing itemizations and same meta for the entire summer and no one realizing what's going on with itemization and whatever other types of stagnation, because that's ultimately, I think, what a lot of people are afraid of. The itemization all got changed. No one knows what's going on in scrims. I've been talking to a lot of pro players the last couple of weeks. Everyone has different takes on what's going on. So the first 4 weeks is going to be a mess. And then everyone's just going to copy who's winning. And then when who's winning starts losing, everyone's just going to copy who beats who's winning, and then the cycle. And that's what's going on. But that doesn't make it right. Anyways, geez, we got a lot to do, man. Winter's coming and summer is just beginning. So let that sink in. All right, that is it for the 13.11 patch preview. All right, that is, I will see you in the 13.11 patch rundown. Please, can Naafiri and Briar just release already, man? Please, we need new champions. Oh my lord. Okay, bye.